The Merit Badge College is an event by which we have gathered experts in a lot of different fields. Some of them are Scouters and some are not. And in particular, this year we gathered experts in 58 different merit badges to get together for one day. And we published that information, allowed Scouts to register to come to this event and take up to 2 classes. The event is at Rhode Island College in Providence. And this year we had, as last year, upwards to 1,000 Scouts come down from all over Southern New England for this one-day event. And it has grown every year. This was the 8th one. It's grown every year since we started. The purpose for this is to provide a Scout an opportunity to spend some time, hours, with experts in sometimes a merit badge topic that they might have a hard time finding one, like electronics or archaeology. And not just an adult who's taken a few hours and studied up with the merit badge book just so that he can talk intelligently about it, but with somebody who does this professionally. They can transmit to a Scout a passion and an excitement about a field that nobody else can. And that's what has happened. The boys really respond to this opportunity when they see, and the parents do too, when they see the caliber of the instructors that are coming down. It's well worth their time and the small fee that we charge to be able to put this event on. This year in particular, we welcomed several companies. We reached out to industry and the community. In doing that, I found that they are very eager to participate because they look for ways of having community outreach for their employees to do community service, and this looks like one of them to them. And it really is, because they're giving a group of boys an exposure to their career, to a new career maybe. You just don't know who's going to respond to that and how that's going to happen. And it's not just professions like engineering and archaeology, but also other professions like painting, plumbing. We've had good response from local union offices, police and fire departments, and companies. This year we welcomed an archaeology company, Gray and Pape. They selected one of their employees who actually lives near Philadelphia, and they transported him up here for that one day to put on this event. We've had involvement from the Rhode Island Society of Professional Land Surveyors. I've been part of this event now for about 5 or 6 of the years, where they've come down with their surveying equipment, and the boys who take this class get an opportunity to see what surveying really is all about, out and on a winter day out in the cold, in the wind. But boy, they enjoy it really a lot. And the amazing thing is, I found amazing, is that the instructors that we select or volunteer to do this, they are all volunteers, come back. I got about 90% repeat instructors. They come back. Some of them now have been with us from day one, so next year will be their 9th. And it makes recruiting new people a lot easier because I don't have that many needs to recruit more. They have as much fun as the boys do at these classes, because these kids come in, they're taking a class in a subject that they want to do. Nobody making them take archaeology. They said, this sounds interesting, I want to do it. That's how they sign up. And the instructors find that they have a group of boys that are inquisitive, excited about doing it, very interested. So there is a win-win all the way around. I should mention some of the others, for instance, RGB Architects. It's an architectural firm here locally, and they have been part of this now since the 2nd year we started. And the 2nd year was the first year I went outside the confines of my small group when we started. And they've been part of it every year since. They sent down a team of their architects who work for them and who volunteer to come down and put on 2 classes in what architecture is. But I mentioned where I started this from. I was at the time an employee with Raytheon in Portsmouth. And when we came up with the concept and started the idea, and I just put out a newsletter or put an ad in the local newsletter within the company, described the event that I envisioned and how we wanted to do it. That came out on a Wednesday. By Friday of that week, I had all the volunteers I needed to put on 15 different merit badges. And we did that the first year. We had 230 some odd scouts come down for that very first year, and it's grown ever since. The idea is that at the end of the day, you've learned some things that you didn't know when you came in, and you may be able to walk out with a merit badge or two.
Just think, at your age, guys, if you take what you've learned in here today and you apply it at your next scout meeting, and then you make a presentation at maybe a leadership conference or something, and just keep practicing these skills. And even if you get just a little bit better each time, just think what it's going to be like when you get into when you're a senior in high school and you're the class president, and you're off to college, or maybe you give the valedictorian address. The thing is, when you get into the work world, these skills that you're growing up with now that you've learned in here today, it's going to put you head and shoulders above your peers.